Irregular cycles and frustrating PMS symptoms aren't normal female problems. They're your hormones asking for support. Your cycle is designed to follow a predictable monthly rhythm, guided by estrogen and progesterone. But stress, poor sleep, unstable blood sugar, inflammation, and gut imbalance can disrupt this rhythm quickly, leading to mood swings, cravings, heavy flow, cramps, bloating, anxiety, or late and unpredictable periods. The good news? Your cycle can become regular again, and PMS can become far more manageable when you understand what your hormones are trying to tell you. In this video, you'll learn the natural, doctor-approved habits that help regulate your cycle, balance estrogen and progesterone, stabilize blood sugar, and calm PMS symptoms gently and effectively. Understanding your monthly rhythm. What a healthy cycle looks like. If your cycle feels unpredictable, short one month, long the next, heavy sometimes and light other times, your hormones aren't misbehaving. They're communicating. A healthy cycle follows a predictable rhythm, and when that rhythm changes, it's your body's way of signaling that estrogen, progesterone, insulin, or cortisol need support. Your menstrual cycle isn't just bleeding once a month, it's a hormonal blueprint for how your entire body is functioning. Energy, mood, sleep, cravings, digestion, and even motivation all shift according to your cycle's natural phases. Understanding what normal looks like is the first step to restoring balance. What a healthy cycle typically looks like. A balanced cycle is generally 24 to 35 days long, fairly consistent month to month. Includes ovulation, even if you don't see obvious symptoms. Has a bleed lasting 3 to 7 days. Healthy cycles aren't perfect, slight variations happen, but large or frequent changes indicate hormone imbalance. How estrogen and progesterone should rise and fall. Your cycle has two major hormonal phases. 1. The follicular phase, day 1 to ovulation. Estrogen gradually rises, giving you more energy, clearer mood, better focus, lighter digestion, stable appetite. This is when your body prepares to ovulate. 2. The luteal phase, ovulation to next period. Progesterone rises after ovulation, supporting calmness, sleep, balanced mood, stable blood sugar, lower inflammation. When progesterone stays strong, PMS stays mild. The problem? Stress, undereating, blood sugar swings, or thyroid issues can weaken ovulation. Low progesterone, PMS. Early cycle symptoms that reveal imbalance. Common signals include cycle shorter than 24 days, low progesterone, cycle longer than 35 days, inconsistent ovulation, heavy flow, high estrogen or inflammation, spotting before your period, low progesterone, strong PMS arrow, estrogen swings plus cortisol sensitivity, sudden cravings, blood sugar imbalance. These clues tell you which hormones need support. Why your cycle gives you warnings. Your body is wired to protect you. When hormones fall out of sync, your cycle shifts to alert you. Estrogen too high, heavy flow, breast tenderness, progesterone low, anxiety, irritability, spotting. Cortisol high, delayed or unpredictable ovulation. Blood sugar unstable, cravings, fatigue, mood swings. Gut imbalance, bloating, cramps, worse PMS. Your period is your hormonal report card. Habits that support a regular, predictable cycle. You don't need extreme diets or harsh supplements, just daily rhythm. 1. Eat balanced meals, protein plus fiber plus healthy fats. Regulates estrogen and stabilizes insulin. 2. Don't skip meals, keeps cortisol stable and protects ovulation. 3. Get sunlight daily. Supports serotonin, mood, and hormone timing. 4. Reduce high-intensity workouts if cycles are irregular. HIIT can delay ovulation when overdone. 5. Prioritize consistent sleep. Your hormones reset at night. 6. Reduce excessive caffeine. Improves cycle regularity and reduces PMS. 7. Add gentle movement. Walking supports blood sugar and hormone communication. Your menstrual cycle reflects exactly what's happening with your hormones each month. When estrogen and progesterone rise and fall smoothly, your cycle becomes predictable and PMS stays mild. When the rhythm shifts, your body sends early warnings. Understanding these signals helps you take natural, gentle steps toward restoring balance and regulating your cycle long-term. Why estrogen becomes unbalanced and how to calm it naturally. If your periods have become heavier, your mood feels unpredictable, or your cramps hit harder than before, you're likely dealing with estrogen imbalance, one of the most common hormonal issues behind PMS and irregular cycles. Estrogen isn't the enemy, but when it becomes too high, too low, or too up and down, it creates symptoms women often mistake for normal PMS. Understanding estrogen and how it becomes unbalanced is one of the fastest ways to regulate your cycle and feel better each month. How estrogen becomes unbalanced. Estrogen problems usually fall into two categories: too much estrogen or estrogen rising and falling too quickly. 1. Estrogen dominance, estrogen too high, compared to progesterone. This is the most common pattern behind heavy flow, clotting, painful cramps, breast tenderness, irritability, bloating, headaches. This doesn't always mean estrogen is excessive. Often, progesterone is just too low to balance it, usually from stress, poor sleep, or weak ovulation. When progesterone drops first, estrogen becomes louder. 2. Poor liver detoxification. Your liver breaks down estrogen so it can leave the body. When it's overwhelmed by high stress, poor sleep, alcohol, processed foods, inflammation, estrogen stays longer than it should, worsening PMS. 3. Gut imbalance, estrobolome issues. Your gut bacteria help remove used estrogen. When gut bacteria are imbalanced, estrogen gets reabsorbed instead of eliminated. This causes bloating, mood swings, worse cramps, heavy flow, acne. If your digestion worsens before your period, estrogen is involved. 4. Blood sugar swings increase. Estrogen activity. Unstable blood sugar makes estrogen receptors more reactive. Cravings, irritability, and energy dips before your period often come from insulin, not willpower. This is why balancing meals helps reduce PMS dramatically. 5. High stress raises estrogen sensitivity. Cortisol, stress hormone, slows progesterone production, which indirectly increases estrogen dominance. Stress equals louder estrogen symptoms. Symptoms that signal estrogen imbalance. You may notice heavy or long periods, clotting, intense cramps, PMS mood swings, breast tenderness, headaches, bloating, acne before your period, irritability. These are all estrogen clues. How to calm estrogen naturally. Doctor-approved habits. You can't turn off estrogen, but you can help your body use and remove it properly. 1. Add more fiber to your meals. Fiber binds to used estrogen and carries it out of the body. Aim for vegetables, berries, chia seeds, flax seeds, oats, lentils. Even one extra serving per day helps. 2. Support your liver. Every day, your liver loves leafy greens, citrus fruits, broccoli, beets, green tea, plenty of water. These foods help detoxify estrogen smoothly. 3. Include flaxseed daily. Flaxseed contains lignans that help balance estrogen, not too high, not too low. 1 to 2 tablespoons daily is enough. 4. Stabilize blood sugar. Balanced meals, protein plus fiber plus healthy fats, prevent insulin-driven estrogen swings. 5. Reduce alcohol. Alcohol slows estrogen metabolism and makes PMS stronger. 6. Add anti-inflammatory foods. Salmon, turmeric, berries, and olive oil reduce estrogen-driven pain and cramps. 7. Support your gut. Add fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, to help eliminate excess estrogen. Estrogen imbalance is one of the major reasons women struggle with PMS, heavy flow, cramps, and emotional swings. The goal isn't to lower estrogen, it's to help your body use and clear it effectively. With consistent fiber, balanced meals, gut support, and stress management, estrogen becomes more stable and your cycle becomes calmer, lighter, and easier to manage each month. Progesterone, the hormone that makes your cycle, regular and PMS bearable. If your PMS feels more intense, your emotions feel heavier, or your period arrives earlier than expected, the problem is often low progesterone, the hormone that keeps your cycle steady and your mood calm. Progesterone is the quiet hero of your menstrual cycle, and when it drops, everything feels louder. Stress, cravings, cramps, bloating, irritability, anxiety, and even sadness. Most PMS symptoms are not caused by high estrogen. They're caused by too little progesterone to balance it. Progesterone is your body's natural mood stabilizer, sleep supporter, and anti-inflammatory hormone. Why progesterone drops so easily? Progesterone is produced only after you ovulate. So anything that disrupts or weakens ovulation lowers progesterone. The most common causes include 1. Stress, the #1 progesterone killer. High cortisol slows or blocks ovulation. No ovulation equals no progesterone. This leads to stronger PMS, irritability, anxiety, spotting, breast tenderness, trouble sleeping. If your PMS worsens during stressful months, progesterone is involved. 2. Undereating or skipping meals. Your body needs enough calories and nutrients to ovulate. When you undereat, even accidentally, ovulation weakens. Progesterone drops. PMS becomes worse. This is very common in women trying to eat clean but underfueling. 3. Poor sleep. Your brain won't trigger ovulation properly without consistent sleep. Poor sleep, cortisol rises, progesterone falls. 4. Blood sugar swings. Unstable insulin disrupts the brain-ovary connection. Cravings plus mood swings before your period are strong signs that blood sugar imbalance is affecting progesterone. 5. Thyroid issues. Low thyroid function weakens ovulation. This leads to cycles that come earlier, come later, have more spotting, have heavier cramps. Thyroid plus progesterone go hand in hand. Symptoms of low progesterone. If you notice several of these, progesterone may be low, cycle shorter than 26 days, spotting before your period, heavy cramps, mood swings, anxiety or overthinking, poor sleep, especially before your period, bloating, breast tenderness, headaches, acne flare-ups. These are classic low progesterone patterns. How low progesterone makes PMS worse. Without enough progesterone, estrogen becomes too strong. Inflammation increases, cortisol spikes faster, mood becomes more sensitive, sleep becomes lighter, cravings hit harder. This creates the perfect storm for PMS. How to naturally support progesterone production. You cannot take food to increase progesterone, but you can support the conditions your body needs to produce it. Here's how. 1. Reduce stress daily. Even 5 minutes of slow breathing or grounding lowers cortisol enough to protect ovulation. 2. Eat enough, especially earlier in the day. Ovulation requires energy. Add protein plus fiber plus healthy fat to each meal. 3. Don't skip breakfast. Breakfast stabilizes blood sugar and tells your body it's safe to ovulate. 4. Get better sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Nighttime cortisol is one of progesterone's biggest disruptors. 5. Add magnesium-rich foods. Pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, nuts, magnesium supports. Calm progesterone pathways. 6. Avoid excessive high-intensity workouts. Too much HIIT, cortisol spike, ovulation suppression. 7. Support thyroid health. Protein, selenium, Brazil nuts, iodine in normal amounts, and steady meals improve ovulation. 8. Include B6-rich foods. B6 supports progesterone-related pathways. Examples: bananas, chickpeas, salmon, potatoes. Progesterone is the hormone that keeps your cycle predictable and your PMS mild. When it drops, symptoms explode, not because your body is failing, but because it needs a calmer, more supported environment to ovulate consistently. With steady meals, better sleep, stress awareness, and gentle daily habits, your body can rebuild progesterone naturally and transform how you feel every single month. Blood sugar and cortisol, the hidden hormones behind PMS. If you get intense cravings before your period, if you feel irritable, anxious, or overwhelmed for no clear reason, if you crash in the afternoon or feel shaky when you're hungry, these symptoms aren't just PMS. They're signs that blood sugar and cortisol are out of rhythm, two hormones that strongly influence your mood, energy, cravings, and cycle regularity. Most women focus only on estrogen and progesterone, but the truth is this: unstable blood sugar and high cortisol are the silent drivers behind many PMS symptoms. How blood sugar affects PMS. Your brain depends on steady glucose to stay calm and emotionally stable. When blood sugar swings up and down, your mood swings too. Here's what happens when meals are unbalanced or inconsistent. 1. Blood sugar spike, mood high. After sugary snacks or carb-heavy meals, insulin rises quickly. This causes short bursts of energy, temporary good mood, reduced cravings. But it doesn't last. 2. Crash, mood drop, cravings, and irritability. When blood sugar falls, your brain panics. You may feel anxious, shaky, angry or snappy, emotional, desperate for sugar. This crash fuels the emotional intensity so many women feel before their period. Why blood sugar gets worse. Before periods. During the luteal phase, the week before your period, progesterone increases appetite, estrogen drops. Your cells become slightly less insulin sensitive. This means your body handles sugar differently and cravings increase naturally. If your meals are unbalanced, the symptoms hit much harder. Cortisol, the stress hormone that makes PMS worse. Cortisol rises when you skip meals, you overthink, You're stressed. You don't sleep well. You drink caffeine on an empty stomach. You rush through mornings. High cortisol disrupts ovulation and reduces progesterone, which intensifies anxiety, irritability, emotional sensitivity, bloating, cravings, headaches, insomnia. PMS becomes stronger because cortisol is pushing your body into survival mode. How blood sugar and cortisol work together. This duo creates a vicious cycle. Unstable blood sugar, cortisol spike, increased blood sugar, higher blood sugar, stronger cravings, more spikes and crashes. This is why PMS feels so out of control for many women. The problem is metabolic, not emotional. Common PMS symptoms driven by blood sugar and cortisol. If you notice these, this section is speaking directly to you. Irritability for no reason, intense hunger or cravings, waking up tired, mid-afternoon crashes, shakiness or anxiety when hungry, insomnia during PMS week, difficulty focusing, feeling overwhelmed, emotional eating. These are hormone metabolism messages. How to balance blood sugar to reduce PMS. Doctor approved. 1. Eat within 1 hour of waking. Prevents cortisol spikes and stabilizes your mood. 2. Build every meal with protein plus fiber plus healthy fat. This keeps blood sugar steady for hours. 3. Stop skipping meals. Long gaps between meals increase cortisol and cravings. 4. Avoid sugary breakfasts. Cereal, pastries, or fruit-only meals cause early crashes. 5. Add a 10-minute walk after meals. One of the fastest ways to lower blood sugar naturally. 6. Reduce caffeine on an empty stomach. Coffee before food spikes cortisol. 7. Eat more magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium calms cortisol and supports stable blood sugar. 8. Prioritize sleep. One bad night can worsen PMS symptoms by increasing cortisol. PMS isn't just about estrogen and progesterone, it's deeply connected to how stable your blood sugar and cortisol levels are. When these two hormones fluctuate, cravings, emotional ups and downs, anxiety, and irritability intensify. But with steady meals, calmer mornings, and stress-aware habits, you can dramatically reduce PMS symptoms and reclaim emotional stability throughout your cycle. Gut health and inflammation, the missing link in PMS and cramps. If you feel bloated before your period, get cramps that seem worse each month, or notice that certain foods make PMS flare up, the issue isn't just your uterus, it's your gut. Your gut and hormones communicate constantly, and during the luteal phase, the week before your period, that communication becomes even louder. For many women, PMS is actually a gut inflammation problem long before it's a hormone problem. Your gut impacts estrogen, inflammation, mood, digestion, cravings, and even the intensity of cramps. How gut health shapes PMS symptoms. Your gut acts like a hormonal filter. When it's inflamed or imbalanced, PMS becomes stronger. Here's what happens. 1. Gut bacteria. Regulate estrogen, the estrobolome. Certain gut bacteria help break down and remove used estrogen. If these bacteria are imbalanced, estrogen stays in your system longer. PMS becomes heavier, cramps worsen, bloating increases, mood swings feel stronger. This is why gut issues often show up before hormonal symptoms. 2. Inflammation increases prostaglandins, cramp chemicals. Prostaglandins are the chemicals that trigger uterine contractions. Some are normal, they help the uterus release its lining. But chronic inflammation increases the painful type of prostaglandins. This leads to intense cramps, back pain, nausea, headaches, fatigue. If your cramps worsen with stress or certain foods, inflammation is involved. 3. Gut imbalance affects mood and irritability. Your gut produces neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, your calm and mood-stabilizing chemicals. When the gut is inflamed, serotonin drops. Mood becomes more reactive. Anxiety increases. Irritability spikes. This is why PMS feels emotional as well as physical. 4. Slow digestion before your period. Progesterone naturally slows digestion in the luteal phase. If your gut is already sensitive, this leads to constipation, bloating, gas, abdominal discomfort. These symptoms amplify PMS. 5. Poor digestion equals stronger cravings. Inflammation affects blood sugar and appetite hormones, making cravings worse, especially for sugar and carbs. Signs your gut is contributing to PMS. If you notice these, your gut is involved bloating before your period, cramps that worsen after certain foods, constipation around PMS week, acne flare-ups, fatigue after meals, brain fog, sugar cravings, mood swings triggered by food. Your gut is the root, not your uterus. How to support gut health and reduce PMS naturally. You don't need elimination diets, just gentle, supportive habits. 1. Add fiber daily. Fiber binds excess estrogen and reduces inflammation. Great sources: vegetables, berries, chia seeds, flax seeds, oats. 2. Include fermented foods. They help balance gut bacteria. Options include yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso. Even small amounts help. 3. Add anti-inflammatory foods. These calm the gut and reduce prostaglandins: salmon, turmeric, leafy greens, olive oil, walnuts. 4. Stay hydrated. Water helps digestion move more smoothly and reduces bloating. 5. Reduce ultra-processed foods. They increase inflammation and worsen cramps and PMS. 6. Add magnesium-rich foods. Magnesium relaxes muscles and reduces cramps. Examples: pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, dark chocolate, moderate amounts. 7. Eat slowly and mindfully. Rushing meals increases bloating and cortisol. 8. Manage stress daily. Stress inflames the gut instantly. Even 3 to 5 minutes of deep breathing helps. Your gut is one of the strongest influencers of PMS and cycle symptoms. When inflammation rises or gut bacteria become imbalanced, cramps worsen, bloating increases, mood dips, and cravings intensify. But with simple daily habits, more fiber, anti-inflammatory foods, stress reduction, and gut-friendly meals, you can calm inflammation, ease cramps, and dramatically reduce PMS naturally. Your PMS and cycle regulation blueprint: a simple daily plan. Balancing your cycle and reducing PMS doesn't require perfection, supplements, or strict diets. What your hormones need most is consistency, steady signals throughout the day that tell your body it's safe, nourished, and supported. This simple daily blueprint combines everything we've covered into an easy, realistic routine you can follow at your own pace. Morning. Set the hormone rhythm. Your morning habits shape your estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, and blood sugar for the entire day. Eat within 1 hour of waking. A balanced breakfast with protein, eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, salmon, prevents cortisol spikes and stabilizes insulin. Get 5 to 10 minutes of sunlight. Regulates serotonin and your cycle's natural timing. Avoid coffee on an empty stomach. Caffeine before food increases anxiety, cravings, and PMS intensity. Midday, support energy and blood sugar. Hormones stay calmer when meals are steady. Build lunches with protein plus fiber plus healthy fats. This keeps energy stable and reduces cravings later in the day. Add movement breaks. A 10-minute walk lowers blood sugar and inflammation, two major PMS triggers. Stay hydrated. Dehydration worsens cramps, fatigue, and bloating. Evening. Calm cortisol and support. Progesterone. Your body prepares for hormone recovery during the evening. Eat a balanced dinner. Include vegetables, lean protein, and anti-inflammatory foods like leafy greens or salmon. Create a calming wind-down routine. Dim lights, light stretching, warm shower, journaling, or slow breathing. These habits reduce nighttime cortisol. Limit screens 1 hour before bed. Blue light disrupts melatonin and increases PMS-related sleep issues. Daily gut support. Your gut strongly influences estrogen and PMS. Add fiber, berries, flaxseed, chia, vegetables. Include fermented foods, yogurt, kefir, kimchi. Eat slowly to reduce bloating and stress. Stress and emotional support. Your cycle responds instantly to nervous system cues. Use a 3 to 5 minute daily calm practice. Breathing, grounding, meditation, or a slow walk can lower cortisol and protect ovulation. When you support your hormones consistently through balanced meals, better sleep, calmer evenings, and steady daily routines, your cycle becomes more predictable, PMS becomes lighter, and your emotional rhythm becomes easier to manage. This blueprint is simple, practical, and designed to gently guide your hormones back into balance. Conclusion. Your cycle isn't supposed to feel unpredictable, painful, or emotionally overwhelming, and PMS isn't something you have to just live with. These symptoms are your hormones communicating that they need steadier support. With simple daily habits like balanced meals, calm evenings, better sleep, blood sugar stability, and gentle gut support, your body can naturally regulate estrogen and progesterone, reduce inflammation, and restore a healthier monthly rhythm. Your hormones aren't working against you, they're responding to the signals you send through your lifestyle. Small changes practiced consistently can lead to lighter periods, calmer moods, fewer cravings, and a more predictable cycle over time. This video is educational only and not medical advice. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching.